What's going on, guys? It's Gizmodict here, and this is my review of the Strix R9 380 from Asus. So the R9 380 is AMD's answer to the Nvidia GTX 960, and it is based on the previous generation R9 285 GPU. It is available with 2GB or 4GB of GDDR5 memory, and today we are reviewing the 2GB model. Inside the box of the Strix R9 380, you get a driver CD, an installation manual, Asus Strix sticker which you can flaunt on your gaming rig, and the R9 380 GPU itself. The design of the GPU is very similar to the other Strix cards that I have reviewed before. The card is black and red in color and sports two fans on the front side, which are a part of the Asus Direct CO2 cooling system. It also sports the 0 decibel gaming mode, wherein the fans won't spin at all under idle or normal load conditions, and Asus also claims that this cooling system is 20% cooler than a reference R9 380. The R9 380 takes power from an 8-pin connector compared to a 6-pin connector on the Nvidia GTX 960. So the R9 380 does have a higher TDP compared to the GTX 960. The card has 3 heat pipes in total, but the temperatures were quite high compared to the Strix GTX 960. While the GTX 960 stayed around 68 degrees under load, the R9 380 did touch 74 to 75 degrees, which is something to take a note of. On the back of the GPU, we have a black colored Asus plate which looks quite nice and hides all the circuitry of the card. In terms of output, the R9 380 comes with an HDMI port, a display port, a DVI-I and a DVI-D port along with HDCP support. This card also supports AMD FreeSync and the Super Virtual Resolution mode, which lets you run your games at a higher resolution and then downscale it to your monitor's resolution without any loss of detail. The Strix R9 380 comes with 990 MHz of core clock, and you can push it slightly above using the OC profile in the Asus GPU Tweak application. Upon overclocking further, I settled with a stable 1140 MHz core clock and a 5800 MHz clock on the memory side. I did perform all my benchmarks at 1080p and at 2K, and I'm displaying all the results on the screen right now with some comparisons with the GTX 960. While the R9 380 tops the benchmarks compared to the GTX 960, they both come very close in terms of gaming. I don't have the GTX 960 right now, so I couldn't test it with all the games, but I have seen reviews where the R9 380 tops the GTX 960 by a small margin in most of the games. This card handles 1080p gaming like a champ, and it can even play a lot of games on 2K with different settings as you are seeing on the screen right now. Since this card has only about 2GB of memory, I did use FXAA in most of the games instead of MSAA. Also, the R9 380 supports dual crossfire. So if you guys want me to make crossfire review of two R9 380s and compare it with my GTX 960 SLI setup, then do let me know in the comments. I am very happy with the performance of this card, but the GTX 960 uses less power and it runs cooler than the R9 380. So which one should you buy for your money? Well, if you are an hardcore AMD or an Nvidia fan, you have already made your choice. But for everyone else who's looking for a GPU in the $200 range, I would suggest you to check out the pricing and the game offers on both of these cards, and get the one that's cheaper or the one that comes with more free games. I would personally go for the Nvidia GTX 960 majorly because it uses less power, dissipates less heat, and has features like shadow play to record gameplays. But your opinion may differ, and you're not going to go wrong with any of these two cards. I hope my review of the Asus Strix R9 380 helped you guys out, and if it did, then please hit the thumbs up button below the video. For more reviews, unboxings and comparisons, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.